I'm Orisaey and this is Elden Ring, who since its release on the 25th of February 2022 has become the most broken game of the entire Soulsborne franchise. But how? It took what, 6 months? I don't even understand how the fuck. Well, thanks to a combination of perfected boss battles, mastered mechanics, and dozens of game-breaking glitches, speedrunners across the globe have been able to drive the game's more than 60-hour playtime down to less than 20 minutes. As always, I'm Orisaey, and it's time to find out how the 19-minute and 30-second 80% world record of Elden Ring is truly broken AF. Starting the clock upon opening a save file past the opening segment, Shakaino runs out of the Chapel of Anticipation as a samurai, equips a bow and some arrows, and crosses this bridge, prior to jumping off the cliff itself to ditch this crafted scion, waking up in the stranded graveyard with 4 tear flasks, leaving the game to avoid opening the door, and entering Limgrave. Bunny hopping straight to the Stormhill Gate, our runner rests at this gravesite and is given the spectral steed whistle by Melina, as he uses Torrent to gallop past his Godric soldiers, steamroll their fortifications, and end up in Stormhill. Re-entering the game to reset enemy placements, Shakaino reaches this broken bridge, jumps off his horse at a certain angle, and quits the game, before glitching out his steed on this railing, riding over the gap, and entering the Liurnia of Lakes. Navigating the Liurnia Highway, our runner races to this nearby grace, warps back to Stormhill, and falls through the ground, all in order to return to Liurnia, reach the purified ruins and its waygate, and find himself outside the Academy of Raya Lucaria. Travelling around the outskirts of said institution and reloading his save file yet again, Shakaino avoids waking up this dragon and collects his key, as he re-enters the academy and rests here in the courtyard. Lining up Torrent again on yet another railing, our runner flies through the mountain and rides his cog elevators down below, before being swallowed by this abducted virgin and ending up in the Altus Plateau's Volcano Manor. Quitting the game to avoid taking fall damage, Shakaino platforms over the magma, jumps through the subterranean Inquisition chamber, and rests at this grace, prior to talking to Melina yet again, warping and falling through the floor to reach Mount Gelmir. From here, our runner scales the mountain itself and walks up the cliff to fly into Fort Leyndell, as he takes this waygate to the fight against Rykard the Lord of Blasphemy, which he avoids entirely by grabbing the Serpent Hunter, leaving immediately and returning to Raya Lucaria. Coming back to the same balcony from earlier and using it to fly through the air yet again, Shakaino gallops towards the 4 belfries and nabs the imbued sword key from the top of the hill, as our runner activates this waygate, warps back to Stormvale, and teleports to the Crumbling Farum Azula. Jumping to avoid the area's introductory cutscene and navigating the surrounding fortress, our runner is suddenly ambushed by a Farum Azula dragon, as he leaves the game to get rid of it and continues past several Azula beastmen. As Shakaino drops down below and dodges a banished knight, he falls to fight the Godskin duo, before combining his Uchi-Katana and Serpent Hunter for the chainsaw glitch, shredding the pair of them, walking into the piss mist, and getting his strength modifier to 46. Drinking a flask of Crimson Tears as he rides this elevator, our runner platforms onto the side of this building and bypasses the Draconic Tree Sentinel, prior to mowing through both faces of Malekith the Black Blade and ending up in Leyndell, the Ashen capital. Hopping across the ash, walking up these stairs, and climbing these branches, Shakaino platforms across this roof as the game crashes and pulls out his katana, before jumping around the banister, re-entering the game, and walking straight through Godfrey the First Elden Lord. Entering the yellow fog, our runner reactivates the chainsaw glitch yet again to absolutely obliterate Radagon of the Golden Order. As he does the same thing with the Elden Beast, decides to mend the Elden Ring itself and completes the Age of Fracture ending, meaning the run ends with a final time of 19 minutes and 30 seconds. And that was Elden Ring, an excellent FromSoft experience whose art style, storyline, mechanics, boss battles, and movement continues to prove itself as the new standard for both the series and the genre. But there's another game whose 80% world record is just as insane, that being Super Mario Bros. Wonder, of course, which I would recommend checking out here. But wait, is that 510 YouTube streamer Ludwig Agrin from the hit YouTube channel Ludwig and the Yard podcast with Nick, Slime and Eamon that happens to be holding the Fast 50 charity speedrunning event right now? You betcha. And although this video was on the shorter side, I'm making up for it with a long-ass video next month on Ludwig's God Gamer Gauntlet. So without further ado, go check out Ludwig's Fast 50, and this is Orisaey, out.